Alright, so I just bought a bunch of stuff to prepare for my hike in Nepal. It's going to be 18 days in the Annapurna Circuit, so I bought some new shoes, bought a backpack, and a bunch of stuff that I'll show you right now. Alright, so here's a quick overview of everything in the bag, but let's start with the shoes. Alright, so I ended up buying these from Decathlon. They're the Creature 4 Class 100 mid-tops. If you guys have watched my hike from Ireland, you would know I bought the cheaper version, Perez 100 or something. So these are the third cheapest. This is like the first line with the better soles, and they actually feel a lot better. For Ireland, it was only 8 days and the Wicklow away. They were perfect except on the last day when we had like a 30-kilometer day or something crazy. A lot of us road walking. My feet hurt so much because of the lack of cushion. I like wearing barefoot type shoes, but not when I'm walking 30 kilometers a day, which is like 20 miles or something crazy. These feel really good, and compared to, you know, the more expensive shoes, they're still very cheap. Even Decathlon is super cheap. If you guys haven't been there, they have boots starting at $30, which I bought last time, and they actually worked really well. And one of the reasons why I'm buying cheap things is because I'm traveling so much, so I end up giving these away after the hike. And I know it sounds silly, but I just can't carry that much stuff, so I have to buy the best cheap stuff. That way I don't feel bad just giving it away afterwards. Still ended up spending quite a bit of money, but let's see how this works. I'm going to be hiking in these over the next month and a half here in Chiang Mai. I've been going on daily hikes, and I will see how they turn out. I bought it one size bigger than I normally buy. Hopefully that will be big enough, because 45s are the biggest size they sell in Thailand. So next we have the actual backpack itself. If you saw my Wicklow Way walk in Ireland, I bought the orange one, which was a step up from this. I had like the air-cooled back, and it was actually really comfortable. This one is not. This is the cheapest one they make. I think this was like $30 or something, maybe even a little bit less, and it is their Annapurna 40. It's a 40 liter. It's very, very cheap. Yeah, and the reason why I got it so cheap is I don't plan on carrying that much stuff on me, because we're going to hire a porter for two reasons. One, the hike is tough enough where I don't want to carry everything on my back, and second, because it provides local jobs to people in Nepal. And from what I've heard, being a porter is kind of the training course to becoming a guide later on, which is actually a really good job. So they're kind of cutting their teeth learning English from hanging out with us. And in return, they carry our stuff. We give them some money. Everybody wins. So I'm not going to carry that much stuff in here. So I figure it doesn't need to be the best quality. It doesn't need to have many features. I'll see if I regret it or not. To be honest, my original plan was to buy like a, you know, very cool looking knockoff North Face, like a bright green or a bright, you know, some kind of color one, because that would look really cool in photos. But I figure I'd rather have the cheapest version of an actual brand, even though Creature is kind of like their house brand, and just not have it break, than have a cool looking knockoff North Face that might break on me during those 18 days. So let's see how that turns out. So moving over here, we have a bunch of clothes, and I actually laid out some of my existing clothes that I own already. So this is a North Face kind of thermal hoodie, and this is a Malmont waterproof rain jacket. This is actually really good quality. That goes on top of this, and it's been warm enough for me everywhere, but I haven't been in Nepal. I haven't been on top of a mountain yet. The good news is they're supposed to give us a down jacket of some sort, let us borrow one. So I'll make sure I get that, because it's going to be cold up there. It's going to be snowing on top of the ridge. But hopefully, and let me know, is this plus that down jacket going to be good enough? Especially if I maybe layer a shirt. I actually bought this really super cheap flannel, and just to keep me warm at night, along with a couple quick dry shirts, a quick dry towel, some long underwear, which I have 2 pairs of this. One I'll wear at night in the tea house, and then one I'll wear under my pants if it gets too cold. So I bought some of these kind of hiking long pants, a pair of shorts, a night torch, some blister bandages, some sunglasses. I wasn't sure, like I actually went to go buy some like proper mountaineering, looking sunglasses, but I couldn't find any that I liked. So I wonder if there's any downside to wearing just kind of normal sport ones. Let me know. Here, I figure I could put hot tea in this. It's small enough where it's not too big and heavy. And this stuff actually, before you start yelling at me saying it's going to be like 0 degrees there, this isn't going to be good enough, I actually bought the sleeping bag and this tent and this mat and this pole actually more to use in Chiang Mai. Now that I say that, I almost kind of feel like it's such a waste of money. But I'm going to a festival in a few weeks, and it was so cheap to buy. This was like $10. This was $10, and I figure for $20, it'd be the same cost as renting it. So I might as well just own the sleeping bag in the tent, be able to give it away. But also, I'm actually thinking maybe I should use this as a liner. Maybe I'll bring this with me because I've heard it's really, really cold up the top. So maybe I could put this inside my other sleeping bag that they're going to let me borrow. And also, I only bought this, and I bought the cheapest one, and I think this was like $4. Mainly for the hikes, the training hikes here in Chiang Mai, mostly to go downhill to save my knees. I only bought one, and I figure I'll just bring this as a backup, but they're going to give me 2 of them to borrow anyways, or I'll get some there. And the exercise mat is kind of the cheapest yoga mat / pad I can use. Mainly it's going to be for when I go camping. I don't think I'm going to bring either of these with me. I think I'm going to leave these here and give them away to someone. And then another question I have for you guys, if anyone's been to the circuit or been in Nepal, is this enough? So I have a very city beanie, like a buff. Actually I have 2 of these I can use. And then just a little cap. Do I need one of those big rim hats that cover my neck and the front to cover me from the sun at high elevation so I don't get burnt, or is that good enough? Also, for these socks, is it okay if I just wear cotton socks, or do I absolutely need wool socks? And I guess last question, I guess I can bring both, but I was going to bring these shoes as like a backup and put it have my porter carry them, and also bring these for the shower or walk around the guest house. But maybe I should just not bring these sandals at all and just have that. But sometimes they don't weigh very much, so what do you think? All right, so as you can tell, I'm really excited to go on this trek. I'm also not very prepared. I've never been to Nepal before. I've never been on a long trek before. Luckily, we are staying in tea houses every night, so we don't need camping stuff. I'm also going through a company, and they're gonna have a guide. They're gonna provide all the meals, so I don't need to bring any of that stuff with me. But if anyone's been on one of the long treks in Nepal, especially the Annapurna Circuit, let me know what your thoughts are. I have a month and a half to prepare, and I'm really excited. That's why I have all this gear. I would love to hear what you think, how you would prepare, what you would bring, what you would leave behind, and any advice. See you in the next video. Thanks.